After acquiring Adam Simber for Joe Panic about a week or two ago, the Blue Jays pull a trigger on another deal, sending Rowdy Tellez to the Milwaukee Brewers in exchange for right-handed pitcher Trevor Richards and prospect right-handed pitcher Boden Francis. My initial thoughts to you guys is this. I love this deal. Now, I want to get your guys' thoughts. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts on the deal. You can let me know before and your thoughts after the video because I'm going to give you a bunch of stats, a bunch of things to talk about when it comes to these players. But before we do that, Rowdy Tellez is no longer a Blue Jay. Drafted by the Toronto Blue Jays a long time ago, it feels like. Feels like forever ago. He had that crazy debut of extra base hits with his pops in the stands. I mean, everything, it was so magical for Rowdy. What a debut for him. And it unfortunately didn't work. And with the emergence of Vladdy at first base, kind of dwindled the fact that he was going to be here around much longer. Then, well, he could be a nice bench bat while he was struggling there. And then Santiago Espinal really ran away with that bench bat. And then one time here and there, jumping in there to start. It was not lining up for Rowdy Tellez, and he's been playing in the minor leagues since I think middle of June 18th, I think it was, or June 10th, something along those lines. And the writing was kind of on the wall, as bad as it sounds. He was a great clubhouse guy, always happy to be there and whatnot. But it is a business, and he gets dealt to the Milwaukee Brewers with Daniel Vogelbach, former Blue Jay apparently. Yeah, not for very long. With him on the IL, Rowdy's going to get some definite playing time behind their starting first baseman, so that's good on his part. He'll get more of an opportunity to play there in Milwaukee, and all the best to Rowdy Tellez, as much as there's been a lot of slander about how, oh, the guy's terrible, the guy's garbage. No matter what, you can't fault him. He's a nice guy, he's a good dude. All the best to Rowdy moving forward down the road through the years, all right? But for the Toronto Blue Jay fans wondering, well, that's all nice, talking good stuff about Rowdy, but what did we get in return? Well, they acquire another bullpen piece in Trevor Richards. The 28-year-old Trevor Richards has an ERA of 3.69 this year with Milwaukee and with the Tampa Bay Rays. Tampa, I think it was like a 4.50 ERA with Tampa, but then since he's been to Milwaukee, which is like 15 appearances, an ERA of 3.20, he's been very good in Milwaukee. He has 41 strikeouts in 31 2/3 innings, so lots of strikeout stuff from Trevor Richards. And a great thing, lefties have an OPS this year of .497. That is not good for lefty batters, but really good for Trevor Richards. So again, another piece to add to Adam Simber that the Blue Jays are firing into their bullpen. He has a career ERA of 4.34, but a thing that I really like, and what the Jays stat brass is really going out there and doing, they're not going after rental guys. Well, James, what do you mean? Well, they went after Adam Simber, and he still has a couple more years of control there. Obviously, Boden Francis hasn't played in the big leagues, so you haven't started no clock on him. And Trevor Richards just came into the big leagues in 2018. So he's got at least, is it 6 or 7 years? Either way, 3 or 4 years of controllability here for a Rowdy Tellez. It's pretty damn good if you ask me. Now, how is Trevor Richards going to work in Toronto in the American League East? I mean, he had played in Tampa before, but you're with the Blue Jays now. With Pete Walker, he could really help him and make him one of the most dominant relievers in all of baseball. But I don't know that for sure. Pete Walker is a flipping wizard, so you just give him the pieces and just see what happens. The other player the Blue Jays acquired, and quite possibly might end up being the better player in the trade, 25-year-old Boden Francis. The Blue Jays continue the trend of liking their big pitchers. Boden Francis is 6'5", 225 pounds. He's a big, big kid. And his career minor league numbers, well, the thing I wanted to point out is his strikeout numbers. 340 and a third career innings. As of right now, he has a total strikeout number of 349. So over the course of his minor league career, he's averaging over a strikeout per inning. So that's a very good number to go off of for a young kid. Now, another thing to look at. He's 7-3 this year with an ERA of 3.62. He's been doing, and that's in 2 levels, may I add. He started the year in AA in the Milwaukee system, and he did a really good job, had an ERA sub 4, was doing pretty good, got the call up to AAA, and since then, I mean, he's been great. I think he has 7 starts there, I believe, at AAA. Got an ERA of 3.4 something there. Over the course of the year, 3.62 and 11 starts with AA and AAA. He's doing very, very good. And he was a former 7th round pick only in 2017. So take it in. He probably didn't play a lot last year. Maybe at the alt site. I don't know if there was an alternate site for Milwaukee or whatever the case may be. But he was only playing the minor leagues for a couple of years. The kid's talent is raw. He's 6'5", 225. He's got that build. I think he has a fastball, changeup, slider, curveball. I might be missing some other pitch there as well. Lots of upside with this Boden Francis kid. I mean, will he end up turning out to be anything? Will he end up being maybe a guy that you use in the bullpen down the road in this playoff run? Maybe. But he adds another arm to your minor league system that's got a little bit of an upside. So very good. And take it in, JAYS fans. Right? Boden Francis is 25 years old. Rowdy Tellez is 26. So kind of put that into perspective, right? Kind of where this kid's at in his development. So I love the trade. You had a pitcher for right now in Trevor Richards that I think won't be a bad fit. Again, his numbers, if you look across the course of his career, 4.34 for a reliever, it's not great. But it's only been like 3 years. So it's really hard to get a gauge, especially last year. Last year was we don't even talk about that. So in hindsight, it's only been 2 seasons. If you count this year and, well, I guess 2.5 years if you count this year and then 18 and 19. But either way, he's such a raw talent guy at 28 years old, Trevor Richards. If we're talking MLB experience-wise, this could be very interesting. And Rowdy Tellez is not something the Blue Jays needed right now. Because, well, James, he had a lot of home runs. He had 21 home runs last year, but I understand that. But think about Rowdy for a second. He's a bench bat on this Blue Jays team, right? I think there's no doubt about he's a bench bat. He's not a DH because the Jays have all kinds of guys who can kind of filter through that DH hole, so there's no specific DH. Well, first base, you got Vladdy. And we've seen this year that Cavan can play first. You can have Lourdes Gurriel Jr. play a little bit of first as well. They can do that, right? And you think, okay, well, he's a bench bat, though. Well, yes, but who has been a more consistent bench bat this year, him or Espinal? Well, it's not even close. Yes, the lefty power bat is nice to look at, but when you're hitting 209 and you're not really getting anything done, you're striking out a ton, you're not really making an impact. And that's really what was happening here because his at-bats were so limited. In Milwaukee, he'll get a better look. He wasn't going to get the time here, and the Jays got 2 pitchers back. 2 with very little experience at the big league level, some without in Boden Francis. So I love this trade so far, and it's exciting. And JAYS fans, before we start yelling at Mark Shapiro and Ross Atkins in the near future, because people just find a way to love to do it, they have looked at this schedule, and they're like, this is really our trade deadline right now in the next few weeks. Well, what do you mean? Well, you got Baltimore for 3 today. Right, starting tonight is game 1 against Baltimore for 3. Then you have Tampa for 3. Now, I could be wrong, but there might be one series in between. But you have, like, Boston for, like, 7 games in a span of 10 days, right? Or 7 out of 10 against the Boston Red Sox coming up before the All-Star break. You make that run now. You get some guys here to make an impact on your squad right now, and you build on some dubs. Let's say you win a couple series against the Red Sox. Let's say you win a series against the Rays. You do a job against Baltimore. We could be talking about this team being right in the mix at trade deadline time. So, but if you wait, right? If you wait till trade deadline, don't make these moves now, and you go through that stretch, can you imagine if it doesn't go well? And they don't win a series against Tampa, don't win a series against the Boston Red Sox? Well, we could be double digits out of a playoff spot. Then we're not even talking about making moves. But we're sitting around right now, and Mark Shapiro and Ross Atkins are making moves to make this team better for this really important 2-3 week stretch. It's going to be exciting, JAYS fans, but I want to get your guys' thoughts on the trade. What do you like? What do you not like about the deal? Do you agree with all the things I've talked about? Also, I mentioned right off the top, what do you think of the deal? with everything I've talked about during this video, what are your thoughts now? Let me know in the comments below, all right? So you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and you like, or even if you don't like the trade for the Toronto Blue Jays, smack that like button. I do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not done so already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, your thoughts on the trade. What do you like? What do you like? What do you not like from the deal for the Toronto Blue Jays? All right? And I will talk to you guys later on tonight. Game 1 of the 3-game set against against the Baltimore Orioles at Camden Yard. I think Steven Matz gets the ball for the Blue Jays, if I'm not mistaken. No idea who's on the mound for the Orioles. That shouldn't really matter, though, with this Jays offense. No matter what, though, Matz gets the ball for the Blue Jays in Game 1 at 7:05 today. All right? So thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and the trade. We'll talk to you guys then.